What is going on, guys? It's your boy ShadyMikeGaming, and welcome to our NBA2K22 Ja Morant Jumpshot fix. I know I made you guys wait a little bit for this one, but I think it's going to be worth the wait. You guys are really going to like this one. But before we get into that, first things first, if you guys do like this type of content, these signature shots, as you know, I'm going through the league doing as many players as we can. Be sure to smash that like button, and also go ahead and subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you don't miss the future players that we got coming up. I think after Ja, we're going to knock out Pascal Siakam. We're definitely going to do LeBron coming up here shortly as well. And let me know who you guys want next in the comments section as well. The best way, guys, I always say to keep up with me and what I'm working on is on Twitter. I'm super active on Twitter at ShadyMikeGaming, and the 2K Modding Society Discord server. The link is going to be in the description. But other than that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for all the support on the channel. Enjoy Ja Morant. All right, so let's go ahead and start off by taking a look at Ja Morant's base. His base, it's not super complicated, not very difficult to capture these details, but there are a few details I want to make sure we pointed out. The first thing that you'll notice based on the ball placement is we do notice Ja does have a little bit of a dip in the shot, so we wanted to make sure that we were able to capture that. But one of the big details that we wanted to capture with the base is his legs. He keeps his legs throughout the shot very close. You'll notice when he shoots, like there's almost no space in between his legs. So that's a really big determining factor that really captures that signature style from Ja Morant. Even though they do sway through the shot just a little bit, he does keep his legs together. Now, what you'll notice is on some of the deeper shots, like you know, some of the deeper step backs and some of the deeper threes, you'll notice he kicks those legs forward much more. I'll make sure I have a base that captures that as well for you guys, but ultimately I think the one that we have here is more indicative of his normal jump shots. Now let's go ahead and move over to his release now. There are three major points that I wanted to talk about with the release. The first thing that we'll talk about is the release point. As you can see, it's very low. He has one of the lowest jump shots we've done. Maybe only Cade Cunningham's lower, and let me adjust the camera for us a little bit here. But his arm, his shooting arm, is always going to be at either a 90-degree angle. Sometimes it's a little bit higher, but sometimes it's a little bit lower than that as well. I made the jump shot as low as I possibly could while also having accurate hand placement and arm placement, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I think it could honestly be lower, but I really like what we've got here in terms of the form and the motion. Next up, I want to talk about that. Let's talk about his hand placement. And we're going to start with the offhand. You'll see, well, if you take a look at it from the front, you'll notice that that offhand, that off elbow, excuse me, is ever so slightly higher than the right. But if we take a look at the hand placement on the offhand, you'll notice that his hand is on the side of the ball and not on the top or anything like that. And it's also a little bit more towards the front, so we wanted to make sure that we were able to capture that. Now another thing that we'll take a look at is just like on our Jimmy Butler jump shot, you'll notice that his elbows face outwards. If you look at this angle, it's really a perfect angle. You'll notice neither the off elbow or the shooting elbow are actually pointed towards the rim. His elbows face outwards. It was very hard to find like good footage of him shooting, so I like to try and show like this front angle here because it matches up best with the footage that I was able to capture. What you notice on the front shot, right, that motion, not a lot going on. There's not a lot going on with the offhand. There's no thumb flick. There's not a lot going on with that motion. What you will notice sometimes from the side is sometimes the shooting arm goes forward and that off arm kind of hangs back just a little bit, not as much as someone like a Trae Young, but just a little bit for us on that release. All right, so when we take a look at Ja Morant's signature jump shot, heading into the menu for the base, guys, we're gonna roll with jump shot 38. Now, me personally, and for the previous jump shots that I've done for Ja Morant, I like base 63. This is my favorite base for him. I think it's a little bit more athletic, and it captures when he does jump further, and we do see that from time to time from him. Everyone on stream seemed to like 38 a little bit better, so we'll keep that as the default for the shot. I understand it too. He doesn't jump as much, and he probably does a jump shot like this a little bit more often, but I just personally preferred 63. I did think someone was using 50 as well. Yeah, 50, but I didn't really like it. For me, it's going to be between 63 and 38. I think, I'll stick between those two. We blend release 132 to 55 with release 135. 135 really helps a lot with that release point and also kind of widening out those elbows. I went with quick for the release timing. I think it looks really good for Ja. Now, as we move over to the moving jump shots for the free throw, we do have a motion captured free throw for Ja Morant, and it is insanely accurate, perfect for him. Now, obviously, if you are on current gen, you will not have that available to you. So for that purpose, I'll recommend using free throw 62. If you are, and let me make sure I let that animation play out so you can see it. If you're on current gen, we're going to use release free throw 62. I think, honestly, this one was as close as possible to the Ja Morant mo-capped free throw as we're going to be able to get. And let me just scroll back here. There we go. For the dribble pull-up, we go with Pro 2. The number one detail that we were looking for Ja Morant is when he does his pull-up. You could definitely maybe see someone going for the Westbrook one as well, but he basically, I don't know if I want to call it a jump shot, a jump stop, but the way he elevates, he just kind of elevates straight up. His body leans back a little bit, but he just floats in mid-air, and it goes straight up. He doesn't go forward at all. So that's why we go with Pro 2. That was the one that captured it the most. I wish his legs were a little bit closer together, but that's nitpicking at this point. Didn't change the spin jumper, and also did not sorry, I didn't change the spin jumper. Now for the hop jumper, I went with Kent Bazemore. Really like this one because his step back is either going to be like a hard plant, or there's going to be a crossover in there with a little double step. Kent Bazemore is really perfect for Ja Morant, so I really like this one for him, and it really matched all of the footage that we had for him. Now, as we go layups, dunks, guys, you can really do a lot. And for the layup package, I personally like Circus the best. Yes, it has the 360 layup, but it also has a lot of double clutch layups as well that I just thought looked very accurate to the footage we saw for Ja. A lot of people also like Jelly. I think that's an option for Ja as well. What was the other one? Oh, and of course on current gen, because we didn't have a lot of the other ones available. A lot of people like the Kyrie Irving package. So we have options there. You could pull up clips of him doing layups from any of these packages, but I really like Circus for Ja Morant. Next, we'll go ahead and take a look at Ja Morant's dunks. Obviously, he's super athletic, can probably do any dunk in this game, but we stuck to the footage, and we're able to capture all the dunks that he has actually done in game over the past year or two. As we move over to the handles, guys, one thing that's super important to note, guys, I just wanted to be accurate here. Ja Morant does not do size ups at all. He doesn't do crossovers. It's just not his game. Or it's not that he doesn't do crossovers, excuse me. It's not like he's going to stand still and dribble. That's not his game. Ja Morant pulls the ball back, passes out, gets it back, and likes to attack with a running start, guys. I thought the one that captured that animation the best was the Stephon Marbury package, so I put that on there. But guys, honestly, just not going to be doing a lot of dribble with Ja Morant.